Where do you find your stuff? Where do you find your, hmm, I don't know, maybe pain, is it? But I'm not sure. I'm out here in the garage, and I've got these lights on, these things are infrared lights. And you would think in a garage in Arizona in the summer, we would have like these on, but I really love having these things on. Infrared light, all sides behind it. I'm going to have the guy that owns this company on the podcast here. But infrared light has been shown to be really good for yourself. Also helps sweat, that's for sure. Stop. It's actually not that bad in here. I just had to turn the thing off. So I was thinking about this today. I was like, what is on my mind? And two things came up. One is like mirror time, uh, and two is this idea of like solitude, right? I'm working out there alone. There's nobody here. I'm not in the gym. It's not cool. It's not sexy to like be by yourself and work out. But I think the solitude is really important. So I'm going to try to touch on both today. The idea of solitude to me is uh, almost about finding time and space to think about you and process you and deal with you and all the things that are attached to you. And just being in here for just workout so 15, 20 minutes. Like it's not long, it's hard, it's intense. But everybody has 15 minutes. Like if you don't have 15 minutes, something's very, very wrong. So just being here alone for 15 minutes, which connects to the idea of like find some air time, is really important. I find that it is the most grounding space for me. I really value my alone time. I really work hard to make sure I can read. And even just sitting here and looking at weights and lifting heavy shit, putting it down, and now and then, one of the best things I like to do is to get these out, some soccer boots, and a ball, and just play a little bit here. But what comes to mind is like, where do you find your solitude? Whatever your thing is, where do you find your lane out? If that's to build Legos or painting war animals, if that's video games, if that's uh, I don't know, detailing a car, if that's going for a drive, if that's paint. Where do you find solitude? Because solitude is such an important part of you growing. Here's something I've learned. Uh, there's a quote I love. All Van's problems stem from him not being able to sit in the room quietly by himself. And I think I've been that guy. I think I've been that guy that avoided being alone. I think I avoided being by myself. I think I avoided silence because I didn't like what my thoughts were when I was silent. And, when I'm here working out, I hear the two. When I'm here working out, I can sometimes process negativity. We talked about it yesterday about movement, but it can still feel like a lot to try to work out something like negativity or scarcity mindset or whatever. So the idea of solitude and spending time by yourself is critical, in my opinion, to being able to lead others. Because your navigation system has to be tried and true, has to be battle tested for what others need you to guide in. And that's what leadership is, right? The guidance of others for a common goal. So, in a lot of ways, I just think that to like this idea, like that's what, always problem stuff and nothing into a lot private. And I go back to these periods in my life where sometimes the hardest thing to do is to sit alone, but the most valuable thing to do is to sit alone. And being in general is certainly less glamorous than like being in a cool gym where there's just fit people everywhere and you're doing your thing, you're getting help, you can lift more because you got spotters. You honestly have way more equipment than I have right now. Though I do aspire to have a much bigger gym in the future. Right now, this is all I need. The second thing that comes to mind is mirror time. Not only in mirror time, but sitting here and just being like, yeah, no, you're pretty. That's not what I mean. What I mean is mirror time where you get to look back at yourself. See, the mirror is used differently in a gym than I think it's intended for. If I have a weight, right, so it's like a kettlebell, and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm checking myself out, that's the one thing. But the idea up here is that what I'm doing is saying, is as I'm lifting, what I'm able to do is I'm able to look at my form. I'm able to evaluate my form. I'm able to critique my form. But I think looking in the mirror is really important because you're probably not as good as you think you are. I'm not as good as I think I am. Like, I think all of us are like this, where we think we have everything figured out and we don't look in the mirror. We don't assess. We don't evaluate our form. And we can get a lot of yeses. If you have a lot of yes people in your life, people who just say yes to what you do, what you say, oh, that's a great idea. But I don't want people like that in my life. I want people who are like, tell me the idea, I'm going to tell you if it sucks. Or I'm going to tell you if your form is off. Or I'm going to tell you if you're doing something that doesn't align with the person I know you'd be. But that's really important. So mirror work and mirror time is important. It doesn't even have to be in gym. But who's evaluating your performance at work? Who's evaluating your performance in the company? Who's evaluating the way that you're making friendships and relationships? Who's evaluating these things? And I think that sometimes just sitting here, again, this is sort of the metaphor of the mirror in this case, saying it, you know, like, what? After you when I sit out in that, am I living up to my own standards? Am I embodying the characteristics and values of who I said I would be? And like the more I think about that, uh, I cannot be unstoppable and not trouble. I'm really good here, but it's just that I see that I can't have it. Uh, but I think that spending the time to look at how you're showing up and evaluating your form with this proverbial year is critical to being high level. Like if you are intending on being a high level person, my way you ever say out loud, I'm a high value man or I'm a high value woman, you're definitely not. I've only talking about it, being it, right? Embodying the things that are valuable, that create impacts, that create production and solve problems from people. If you aspire to be that, then it's really important that you look at your forum. This is what coaches are for, right? So it's what I do. I help people evaluate their forum. I help people evaluate their career, their health, their experiences, their circles, their relationships, and help them discover where the holes are, where the blind spots are. Kind of like a mirror. In a way, my job as a coach, especially a transformational coach, underneath all the things that we do, we help grow your business. We help grow your relationships, or maybe expand your relationships. We help you broaden the experiences that you bring to life, and we help you deepen your relationship with your body, your health, your emotions, your spirituality, all those things at the same time. It's called transformational work. In that, there's this massive amount of like me being a mirror, us that your own way being a mirror. Because without a mirror, you can't see if your form is off. We've all seen that like look at the gym, right? Well, like someone's like upside down on a piece of equipment with their leg up and they're like spiraling the black pull down machine, or they want look at the weight. It's such a ridiculous amount of weight. The only way to do it is to like completely twink themselves to move it. We've all seen that, right? And the question is, where are you doing that in the rest of your life? Where you're flailing and trying to lift too much, or you haven't built the muscle, or you don't understand the mechanics. You can flaunt it. You know, you can certainly, like, I can bicep curl 50 pounds, but I have to turn my whole back into it. My limit right now is 45. I've got to understand where I'm at, and the mirror can be a great place for that. When you start to break down your form, especially in the gym, that's where you stop. We want to keep our form intact. I think outside the gym, you look at our business, we want to keep our integrity intact. We want to keep our values intact. We want to keep our culture intact. And when you spread too thin, you say yes to the wrong people. It's very easy to get that all spread out and switched up. So this idea today was just, I'm in here, I'm taking a little solitude break. Big podcast recording, about 30 minutes. I need to get sweaty in. It only takes me 20 minutes, and then it's important to share the journey with you guys. Is it a super gen? No. But I've got the lights in here. I've got weights. I've got like, I don't know. This is a bench where it's also got the hamstring curls, the Nordics. I've got the cold plunge here, which is also fan flipping-tastic. And while I'm doing all this, in between sets, I'm reviewing a contract that I'm in the process of signing. So you can do it all. You can. I promise you can. It's just important to get clear on what you want, and I hope that as I go about sharing my world and what it actually looks like, you're able to see that. I saw a picture of Hugh Jackman. I just watched the Deadpool movie, you know this already. And then, like, Hugh Jackman is 55. So if you can have that kind of physique at 55, you can definitely have it. I'm not saying there's not genetics involved. I'm not saying there's not a lot of discipline involved, but I certainly aspire to have that kind of physique. And this is a big part of that commitment, right? In my future, my vision gives me criteria. What are those criteria? Well, if I want that kind of physique, what do I do today? and it's certainly part of it. Red light, cold plunge in the morning, little live session in between calls, getting ready for a podcast, a shower up, I'm gonna get ready, we're gonna rock this thing. Bow, 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 bow. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye guys.